Welcome back to another episode. The real CJ here, bringing you another video. And if you know me, which you probably don't, then I give credit where credit is due. I'm not finna sit here and just hype somebody up just because people are hyping them up. I pay attention to human beings. I don't care how good you are on the court. If you not the best off the court, then I ain't necessarily finna follow you or follow what you gotta do. But yeah, if you know me, you know I'm a Steph Curry fan. You know I'm a Steph Curry fan. The man is a great father, a great husband, in my opinion, from what I've seen now. You feel me? I don't live the man life. I don't know every move this man make, but from what I've seen, he is just an overall great human being. And so in this video, let me go ahead to it. In this video, we looking at, Steph Curry is the real longevity king. And honestly, I think Steph Curry the real GOAT, the real MVP, all that good stuff. So say what you want to say. Argue with your mama. But I've been a Steph Curry fan since the longest. He ain't never switched teams. You feel me? I'm just speaking facts. He ain't switched teams. He been with Golden State since beginning of his career. Ain't never switched. Ain't never traded. Everybody want to play with Steph. Steph ain't never had to go somewhere else. Unlike LeBron, this man then played at Cleveland, had to leave Cleveland. And to be fair, LeBron won when he was building, when he had other great people with him. So he was winning when he had Kyrie. He was winning when he had Chris Bosh, D Wade. He was winning and now you see he's just got a regular team with the Lakers, and he not putting in effort. It's like he don't care about the game for real. He go into interviews talking about he doing what he can. He's doing what he needs to do to help the team win. But you see how you play on the court, and it don't seem that way. He over there talking to the opposing bench while the coach trying to, call plays. He over there taking the ball from people that should be shooting. He, just in a sense wasting time on the court. He got a lot of turnovers, horrible passes, and then blames the failure of the team on everybody else except him. So he not even taking responsibility or ownership for his part. To me, it's what I see. My opinion, my channel. You don't like it? Argue with your mama. But to me, Steph Curry is just calm, poised, keeps it about the game, take care of his family. Raises his daughter. And just take care of his people. He don't be doing too much. He don't crown himself as the king. You feel me? He just leave it on the court. So you already looking at the stats between, at 33. Already scoring very similar to Michael Jordan. You feel me? Both of those. So let's just get into it.
Steph, at the age of 33, joins Michael Jordan as the only players age 33 or older to win the scoring title. It was a special season.
Steph works so hard. He's in great shape, and he really just loves the game. He's extremely competitive, so I think Steph can do this until he's 40.
A 1-4 set. He's got 43 on the night. Curry, turn around, rip it in!
And then his movement, bro, is so efficient. He not doing so much. Everybody gets injured, but he maintains his health. You feel me? Like, he really takes care of himself, and he doesn't do extra. He's not putting massive loads on his body or massive strain on his muscles, his tendons, his joints. And that's why D Rose got hurt, because D Rose, he'll go in for a dunk because he always about power, explosiveness. But that explosiveness tears up stuff. You feel me? That when you take off with explosiveness, when you land with explosiveness. D Rose hurt himself because he always lands on one foot. Rather than controlling his fall, he jumps up with as much power as he can, dunks it, slams it, whatever. And then when he comes down, the technique leads to longevity, not necessarily your muscles. And honestly, the heavier you are, the more you got to move around, the more you got to control, the more explosive you got to be when you go up, the more your body has to handle when it comes down. So, Steph Curry's technique is just really efficient, and he takes care of himself. You know, I believe he eat right. He probably stretches and works out, not to overdo it, but to maintain his health and to get better. And he practices. He really takes it seriously. Like you just said, he loves the game. And it ain't just the money. It's the fact that he loves playing basketball. And that's got a whole different feel, a whole different vibe. And you're not carrying the weight when you're doing something that you love. And then when you're doing something that you love, your passion behind it is bigger. Your drive for it is bigger. Yeah, the reason for it is bigger than just, oh, I made it to the NBA. Nah, Steph is literally trying to be the best basketball player he can be at all times. And I think Curry got a better Mamba mentality than LeBron do. Let me just say that. My opinion is what I see. Argue with your mama.
22 and 15 for Okongwu. Curry again. 60.
Nothing there. Shot clock at 1. Curry, three-point shot. And of course it's good. 52 in the game.
And then also being able to extend your prime. Like, I'm going into year 17 and really have this belief that I, can be at the top of my game again and win at the highest level.
When we're looking at the 2020s era of NBA basketball, we understand players nowadays have better travel, medicine, recovery, really better everything to extend their primes. As looking at this era, LeBron James, 41, still playing.
And Steph, natural. That's why that man still got his hair. He ain't taking no steroids. He ain't doing no PEDs to really enhance his performance. Performance enhancing drugs, for those that don't know what PEDs are. But he just take care of himself, and he plays the game of basketball. He hustle. He do what he need to do, and he plays as a team. It's not. He don't take the spotlight. You feel me? He don't crown himself as the king. He does what he needs to do for the team to win. He ain't trying to just get stats. He ain't trying to, break score records. He just so happens to do it by loving the game and playing the game as he loves it. So, hey, reasons like that is why I'd be like, that's why I'm a Steph Curry fan. Reasons like that is why I'm a Steph Curry fan. He could shoot from wherever. He could dribble. He's not just a spot-up shooter. He don't just sit over there and wait to be open. He could drive it. He could take it to the hole on the biggest people. He could shoot from beyond the arc. So it's like, bro, Steph Curry is just very versatile, and people get upset, and really they just really hating on the man because he is a pioneer of a different version of basketball than people grew up with. He's out here showing that you ain't got to be big like LeBron to dominate the court. You ain't got to be powerful like LeBron to dominate the court. You can be Steph Curry, a 6'4" point guard, shooter from places that people don't typically shoot from. So now, because of the way he plays, now people got to... Where my mouse at? Before, you can lock somebody up right here, and they only had this much space to really work with. You feel me? They only had this much space to work with. So now he didn't increase the area. And you already know if the perimeter goes out by a factor of 1, the area increases by a factor of squared. You feel me? So if you step in 3 feet out and shooting, that effective area that the defense has to cover is now squared. So 3 times 3 is what? 9. So now they got to defend 9 feet rather than just 3 feet. So that's just math. So if Curry out here shooting at the logo and you got to guard him way out here, number one, that opens up so much space. It keeps the defense uncongested from down here. So now you got wide open lanes because you can't cover the whole field at once or the whole court at once. So now you got open lanes. You got room for people to cut. You got more space to maneuver and have movement when it comes to making plays on the offensive side, because now you stretching your defense. So, and then the fact that the whole NBA done basically had to adjust because of the way Steph Curry plays basketball. So who really had more of an impact in the NBA, Steph or LeBron? Let's talk about it.
Kevin Durant, 38.
LeBron out here got to build super teams. And then fires the super team. Like, that's crazy work. LeBron has yet to stay on the team and win multiple championships with that team. You know why? Because he can't turn a team into a championship team. He just joins a championship team. That's the difference.
Still fantastic.
Get 4 iPhone 17 Pros on us, plus 4 lines for $25 a line.
My bad. I still ain't got premium yet. It's okay.
Then guys like James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, from their mid-late 30s, who both scored 55 points this season. For this era of basketball so far, guys being all-star players, high-caliber players in their mid-30s, late 30s, even early 40s, it's not unprecedented. But when speaking about longevity, one guy who's kind of underrated is indeed Steph Curry.
Steph isn't 6'10" like these other guys, right? Like, how is he? And he's not the strongest, right? Not the most athletic, obviously athletic, but not the way you would think. How come he's able to age so gracefully when other smaller guards can't?
Your jump shot's the last thing that leaves you. Steph Curry is going to be 20 years retired. You know what I mean? He's going to be 60 years old and still be able to go out there. So his game is
Let it finish.
predicated and based off a skill that never leaves you.
Correct.
Yeah, so like your explosiveness, your ability to absorb contact, your ability to jump high, to dunk the ball, to land safely, that withers with age. The way your body works is going to deteriorate. You can't stop that. But his game isn't based on being powerful, because that adds a bigger toll on the fact that you already degrade. Imagine it like tires, right? You driving regularly, your tires is going to wear down. But if you drive aggressively, where you turn it hard to where you hear now your tires are getting worn more. You keep doing burnouts, you keep slamming on your brakes, all these things that you be doing, being harder on your equipment. And unlike tires, you can't just replace your body. You can't get a new ACL. I don't know. Nowadays, you probably could, the way medicine and things are. But there are things you can't replace. You can buy new tires on the car. You can, like on my truck now, you can replace the struts. You can put in a new alternator. But when it comes to your body, you can't really do those things. So being efficient on the court when it comes to energy output and energy absorption is a skill in itself. Like I said about D Rose, Westbrook too. Like those kids, they can't be as explosive as they were when they first got into the game, when their bodies is young and fresh. Like when you got a new car, you drive it on the lot, you can punch it as hard as you can. You do it with a 20-year-old car, you might blow a gasket. A piston or a rod might fly out. Like you can't do the same thing that you did when it was a sense brand new. So, and the fact that Steph Curry, like, his game has evolved, but he hasn't been the person to be like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to put my power into this dude's chest and really go vertical and dunk. You feel me? He will, but that's not what his game is based on. His game, he's practiced, he's evolved, he's learned, and has grown in areas, like he said, that are built for longevity because he loves the game of basketball. He ain't trying to go out there and get hurt. He wants to be able to play. So he not finna be super explosive. He not finna be coming down, landing all crazy and things like that. So his game, even from a young age, has been suitable for him as he gets older. So those kind of things you can't, those kind of things, bro. I don't even know if he was thinking in the future like that, but the way that he set himself up for a future like that. So, that's all about loving yourself. You make decisions today that yourself next year, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now would appreciate. So that's why I do the things that I do. As far as the ventures that I be going on, pilot's license, working on my cars, things like that. That's because I like doing those kind of things. I like working on cars. I like working on airplanes. I like being a mechanic. I like engineering stuff, so those are the things that I kind of participate in. And you'll see more of that on the Real CJ Life channel and the Real CJ Motorsports. Motorsports is going to be, me working on cars, or not even working on cars. The CJ Life is going to be working on cars, building tracks, doing farm work, things like that. But the CJ Motors is me actually driving on the tracks, me eventually, drifting, rally racing, whatever the case is, sim racing. I got a whole on the other side of this TV, I got a whole sim racing setup that y'all can't see yet because I gotta get my things together. Like my capture card and all this other stuff, so that way I can actually be effective in the content that I make. So anyway, do things today that you ain't got to go in 5-10 years. Some people can't even see that far. I grew up in a kind of a poverty-stricken area, so I know the mentality of people that's in survival mode. It's hard to see 5-10 years from now. But do things that you would appreciate next year. Do things that the version of yourself next year will be glad and grateful that you did last year. So, and some people like sitting on the porch and not doing too much. I'm not one of them people. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. So just do things that your future self would appreciate. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Now, for someone like Steph being 37 years old, when you watch him play, you kind of forget that, as the way this guy moves, operates, is very, very similar to his mid-20s and his prime. Now, looking at Steph's post-prime, kind of his second prime, that being his 30s, this guy back in 2021, at age 33, was a scoring champion. When they list the oldest scoring champions, that ranks third all-time, only behind Jordan, who is the oldest, in 1998. That right there is Steph Curry at age 33. But looking at past age 35, he hasn't slowed down in the slightest. As looking through NBA history, the highest scoring averages.
Like, look at all that. Look, all this space you have to now guard because of Steph Curry and the way he has changed the game. Now you stretching defense out thin. And plus, when you shooting from back here, bro, the percentage of open shots that you have goes way up. You shoot from here, you got to do some movement. You got to create that space. You got to run up here and then step back to then just to get right here. And so all of this space here, you have probably, I'm going to just say on average, a 60% contest. But you start stepping back here, bro, that contest starts turning into 20%, 30, 20%, 15%, because you don't want to step out so far that you leave all of this open. But then if you don't step out that far, you leaving him open, and he will make those 100%. Same thing while you got like I was gonna say Trae Young, but Trae Young, he likes to drive a little more than shoot. But Trae Young at one point was doing the same thing. You got LaMelo doing the same thing, but LaMelo, the way LaMelo play, he is he's really shifty, and not like a sense of he's explosive when stepping to the side, stepping back. So that puts a lot of wear and tear on your knees, your ankles, your feet, your hips. Where Steph Curry, he has the footwork, but he doesn't have to single step from here all the way to over here, or from here all the way to back here. He'll take like 3 small steps and just keep his dribble alive versus trying to take one explosive big step. So things like that it leads to the longevity aspect as well.
Post age 35, here's the top 5. Number 1, Kevin Durant, 26.6. Number 2, LeBron James, 26.3. Number 3, Steph Curry. 4, James Harden. And 5, Karl Malone. Now, that list right there on its own is pretty impressive. But looking at Steph individually, why it's even more impressive is Steph on that list had a high scoring average for a guard. And look at the players' heights. Kevin Durant, a near 7-footer. LeBron James, 6'9". James Harden, 6'5", and Karl Malone, 6'9". Steph at his tallest is 6'3", and in relation to those guys is an NBA midget.
Steph isn't 6'10" like these other guys, right? Like, how is he? And he's not the strongest, right? Not the most athletic, obviously athletic, but not the way you would think.
He's not a power player. He's powerful, but he's obviously his game's based off more finesse, and he'll do it for as long as he wants.
Creativity and the work ethic. I didn't have the physical, gifts that kind of sparked, the journey. It was more so just my patience and trying to be ready for my moment when it was there.
The ankle yesterday, but Kay, it only happens twice all season. It's going to take a lot for the guys in blue. Now you have to use all your experience. You walked it down. 15-minute game. Step back. Curry. Say it again. We talked about Utah's defensive deficiencies. Curry from the Ferry Building.
Damn.
For guys like Kevin Durant and LeBron James, their overall sustained level of play at an advanced age is pretty comparable. You can debate who has the better longevity or the better sustained prime, knock yourself out, have that conversation. For Steph Curry, why it's different, his longevity for guard, a small guard, is a Grand Canyon size gap, him versus the next guy. Look at this stat right here. For players 6'3" and under, past age 35, here's the highest scoring averages in NBA history by season. Number 1, Steph Curry, this year, 2026. Number 2, Steph Curry, 2024, at 26 points per game. Third place, also Steph, 24.5. And fourth place, Lenny Wilkins at 20.5 from 1973. So what does that show you guys right there? For someone like Lenny Wilkins in his era, he was a unicorn and a pioneer for great guard longevity, small guard longevity. And post Lenny, the only guy to pick up that torch is Steph Curry. Again, what's my point? For guys like LeBron James, Kevin Durant, even Kawhi, their longevity, while great, is kind of normalized. For someone like Steph, in a small guard, it's abnormal and hasn't been seen since 1973.
Well, I'm going to read you this list. I brought some homework, all right? Okay. Kareem, 7'2". LeBron, 6'9". Jordan, 6'6". Wilt, 7'1", Oscar, 6'5", Akeem, 7 feet, Duncan, 6'11", KD, 6'11". Stephen Curry, 6'2".
Yeah, I'm about to check out that. I got to check out the Jordan and Curry conversation. I'm gonna check that out after I finish recording this.
2.5 in the second. Stutter step. Curry triple.
Like, bro, this man is shooting over Wemby, bro. This man is shooting over Wemby. Got this man doing ballerina dances, bro. Come on now.
With Wembanyama right there. Curry has the last 8 for the Warriors. Kessel is on him. Curry will drive. 45.
Steph is a foot shorter than Wilt, like a foot shorter than Akeem. And the fact that he's been able to do what he's done at 6'2", we haven't seen a player this dominant.
Now, one more thing I do want to touch on, when it comes to Steph's overall play style, age 27 to 37, not much has changed.
And this man, again, I don't necessarily watch all games of basketball, but the way he plays, he has energy the entire game. He has not once been gassed. He has not once been forced to go to the bench. He goes to the bench because he's like, all right, I could take a break. You know, team holding on, team doing good, team maintaining, whatever. And I can go sit down. But if he needs to, and if he absolutely needed to, he can 100% play the entire game. Not one sub. Like, there's a difference, bro. There's a difference. And I wonder if they really gonna show total, like, the total minutes of his career. Like, I wonder if that's a real stat. Like, the total minutes of basketball actually played.
Looking at the film,
like, not just games played, because you can play in a game but only play half of the game. So I want to see like actual minutes.
This guy's constantly in movement, running on picks, screens, just running for his life to get open shots. Here's some numbers. Out of the qualifiers in the NBA, which are 230 of, Stephen miles per game ranks 28th in the entire league at 2.3 per game. And looking at offensive mileage, he ranks 13th. For any player in their prime, what that shows is game to game, week to week, they're constantly in motion and not resting on the floor.
But he goes down, and it takes away a huge advantage that they would have on the floors. Curry, another backdoor 3-point lead. Curry for three.
The conditioning, the skill, the audacity, the belief, it's just incredible to watch Steph at work. I mean, I can't believe he's still doing this.
Earlier.
And shout out to Steve Kerr, because you know, it takes a good coach to be able to believe in a different game of basketball. Being able to really coach and lead your team to play a different style than the whole rest of the NBA. You know, you're not dependent on big players. You're not dependent on like those powerful players like KD, like D Wade, like LeBron James. You're able to build something strong and revolutionary with below average height guys. Like Draymond Green, he's strong, but he's not the biggest. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, like these people, Golden State has never been a big team. And the fact that Steve Kerr, as a coach, put faith in that, was able to develop that, grow that, critique that, and make it better. Shout out to Steve Kerr, because I don't know if it was any other coach. I don't know if Steph would have been able to have the same career as he did, as early as he did. It might have taken longer just because you need a coach that believes in you. You need a coach that believes in the team. You need a coach that, and you need teammates that's also ready to believe in you. That's comfortable passing you the ball because they know you finna make that long range three or whatever the case is. We all seen that one video where Steph was dribbling the ball, dribbling through all the traffic in the game, turns around, pull up jumper, launches it. Right? Steve Kerr just like, and then it goes in, he just like, and he just shrugs it off like, I see who I got on the court now. So now you able to, man, he's been real pivotal. Steph Curry, Draymond, Klay Thompson, all the Golden State Warriors. Who else? Van Vliet. They all been very pivotal when it comes to developing a new sense of basketball, a new game of basketball. So shout out to Steve Kerr for that.
Draymond Green takes it away from Bane. A look ahead, Butler, Wells a deflection, but Curry got it back and buried the three. Curry, corner three, put it.
Like, you really got to keep the ball out of Curry hands, because as soon as it go in Curry hands, bro, I applaud teams for not giving up. But when it gets to Curry hands, bro, It's a different ball game, I promise you.
49, 50 for Curry.
And the fact he's still doing this.
Oh, beautiful.
Now, that right there on its own is pretty impressive, comparing Steph's movement, his motor, to guys of any age. Now, this right here will add even more context and put it in better perspective. Look at these slowest players in the NBA, they're as follows. The slowest, James Harden. Second slowest, LeBron James. Third, Kevin Durant. And fourth, Anthony Davis. All those guys right there are veterans and quote-unquote older players. Now look at the slowest offensive players. That list, the exact same order. James Harden, LeBron, KD, and Davis. Now look at defense, the slowest players in the NBA. Once again, James Harden, then LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and AD. So what does that show you guys right there? For someone like Steph Curry, his movement, how he's always in motion, it is a rarity for old players. As LeBron James, Kevin Durant, even Kawhi Leonard, they pace themselves and take their time.
Draymond Green, age 35. Jimmy Butler, 36. Steph Curry, age 37, and still stroking it from deep.
Young teams are like, play 100 miles an hour.
Absolutely.
Wear them out.
And that's what Jordan wanted to do anyway with this team. Oh, looked like he was out of practice.
Like the off-ball movement by Curry is relatively, relatively. The off-ball movement of Steph Curry is insane. You think because he passed it, he done. That man is not done. You still have to stay on that man like right on rice. It is crazy. It's crazy. I'm gonna just go back a little bit because it didn't take much.
Young teams are like, play 100 miles an hour. Absolutely. Wear them.
So he drives, passes. Man is on him. Number 8 got to run out to Draymond because I don't even know why you would run out to Draymond. Draymond can't shoot like that for real. But 15 literally stops. He stops. He's like, oh, he gave up the ball. No. Curry is still in play. So Draymond sets up a screen, basically a shield for Curry. Curry, he throws the ball right there where Curry needs to be. He ain't pass it to Curry. He passed it to where Curry about to be. And he screamed, Curry wide open. Like the play style of Golden State Warriors is revolutionary. It's pioneering. It's completely it's a different game of basketball that the NBA as a whole didn't expect and was not ready for. And that's why the whole NBA had to shift. Defenses had to shift. Then you got offenses shifting to try to play a similar play style. You got teams drafting, entering the draft, looking for different players. Like,
the confidence is a funny thing, isn't it? When a team gets confident, it doesn't matter what percentage they shoot. A lot of those fall.
Steph Curry, speaking of confidence.
Now, Steph so far in 2026 has amassed 4 40-point games at the age of 37. That, with no context, is very, very impressive. But looking through NBA history, you notice 40-point games of the season post age 35, here's the highest seasons. Number 1, Steph 2024. Number 2, Jordan 02. 3, LeBron James. 4, Kevin Durant. And 5, Steph this year. For the elite scorers in NBA history who are age 35 plus, Steph right now has a very good shot to finish 1 and 2 those 40-point games among those players. Again, historically,
it's kind of throwing me off to see 2026 and we're 5 days into 2026. So I don't know. Seeing 2026 just throws me off just a little bit because it's like, all right, but real people that watch basketball understand.
This guy's longevity is really never talked about, when in reality, it should be talked about every single day. As always, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, man. Look, appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all enjoy the content, if y'all appreciate the words and hopefully inspiration and lessons that I'm able to talk about and speak freely on in these moments, then feel free to go ahead and leave a like. Make sure you subscribe for more. And from the east to the west, peace.